Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. 3 children were placed in the custody of Child Protective Services, and their mother and the male driver of the vehicle were arrested when marijuana packaged for sale, THC product, and 2 firearms loaded with ammunition were found in the vehicle. The loaded firearms were near the children who were riding in the back seat. A Hopkins County deputy stopped a 2018 Dodge Ram 1500 Tuesday evening for a traffic violation on Interstate 30 eastbound. Raymond Antonio Sherrod, age 23 of Fort Worth, the driver, informed the deputy that there was marijuana in the vehicle. The passenger and mother of the children, 25-year-old Kayla Marie Sessoms, handed the deputy the marijuana that was in the front seat. A probable cause search located a large quantity of marijuana packed for sale. The 2 firearms were located along with 1.5 pounds of suspected THC product. Sherrod has an extensive criminal history for firearms, assault of public servant, illegal narcotics possession, and theft of firearms, according to the deputy's report. Sessoms and Sharon were arrested and charged with possession controlled substance penalty group 2, more than 400 grams.
2018 is Sulphur Springs and Hopkins County's first opportunity to participate in Wreaths Across America. It is a drive to place a beautiful live Christmas wreath on the grave of every veteran in cemeteries across our nation. In Hopkins County this year, it will be Sulphur Springs City Cemetery, and the day of the laying of the wreaths, December 15th. How can you help? Let's find out from Dina Lloyd, who's the chairman of this drive.
It is a facsimile of the wreaths that we will be receiving to place on the headstones of our veterans at the Sulphur Springs City Cemetery. They do provide us with live balsamic fir wreaths.
Wow.
And those will arrive here in Sulphur Springs on December the 14th. They do have the red bow, and they don't have the American flags on those, but the graves will be marked with an American flag.
So start at the beginning and tell me, and we've got 15 minutes, but this is such a fascinating program that we can be part of.
Yes, it is. I was intrigued by it last year when I saw the advertisement on TV about Wreaths Across America and how if you would like to have a cemetery participate, you can apply. And I did not make the cutoff last year, but I did again this year. And so in September we were approved through the City Cemetery Board, and so I was able to get approval through the WAA organization. And so then once it began, and without the help of James Jones, I would never ever be able to accomplish this feat, because he is a walking historian of all the veterans' graves at the city cemetery. I had first thought there were 530, but I was erroneous with that number. It is 583. We now have approximately 275 headstones that wreaths have been donated for, so there will be 275 wreaths laid. Hopefully, go ahead.
But others can be, because there's still time.
Absolutely. The deadline for me to receive the money or for you to donate online is actually November 30th. December 3rd online, but November 30th here, because I have to get the monies to them by December 3rd. And I'm grateful to the second annual Main Street Wine Fest. They gave us our initial donation of $2,000. And then thereafter, it has just been all people volunteering and donating their monies for this cause.
Sulphur Springs City Cemetery will be the site of our donation of wreaths and laying of the wreaths on December 15th.
December the 15th at 11 a.m. We will begin our ceremony with a moment of silence to coordinate with the moment of silence that will be occurring at 12 o'clock Eastern at Arlington National Cemetery. And so we will have a brief moment of silence, and then we will have another brief ceremony where we will post our colors. The national anthem will be sung, and then we'll have a short message, very brief, and then we will play taps. We have a trumpeter to come and play taps, and then the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts have volunteered to do the laying of the wreath. And the purpose of the organization, it is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and their mission is to remember honor, and teach. So we remember the men and women, both live and deceased, who have served our country in the military. We honor them by placing a wreath on their grave and saying their name. And we teach our children and our grandchildren about our history and about our freedoms and the price that was paid. There's a quote that just stands out highly in my mind, and I'm not saying it verbatim, but it is about a person doesn't die, or a person dies twice. The first death is not the true grief, but it is when their name is no longer spoken. And that really just touches my heart, to be able to go out to our city cemetery and have a wreath laid on a headstone of perhaps a World War I soldier or the Confederate War. That to me is just such a blessing, and I have a debt of gratitude to all of our veterans and all of those who have served in our country's military to purchase and provide for me the freedoms that I enjoy today.
I think this particular year of 2018 is so timely because it's marking the 100th year since the end of World War I.
Right.
And how many countless soldiers are somewhere that we don't even know where, that we could even mark their graves.
Right. And so that is just, it just touches my heart. And I just, the wreaths are $15 a piece for every 2 wreaths that are purchased. WAA donates 1. So we actually it makes the wreaths $10 a piece, but $15 it will purchase the wreath.
So if a person could give $15 to sponsor 1 wreath, but if they can write a check for $30,
right,
we'd get 1 more wreath
absolutely
free, so that would be 3 more. We are only about halfway there on the number of wreaths.
Right. We have approximately 275 wreaths sponsored as of today. So we have 9 more days to raise some money, but Hopkins County, the city of Sulphur Springs, is a very patriotic community. We saw that in 2006 when we brought Chad home for his final resting place. The outpouring of love, support, patriotism, it was just amazing, and people still talk about that even today.
Not everyone knows what you're referring to about Chad, your son, so briefly tell us.
Yes, Chad was my stepson, and Chad was serving in Baghdad, Iraq. This was, I believe, his 3rd tour there, and on August 12th, 2006, he was killed. He and another soldier were killed by an IED. We were stunned. We were numb. It took, he was killed on a Saturday is when we got the word. The following Saturday, I believe it's the Friday, on the 18th of August, that we were able to bring him home to Sulphur Springs. And I just remember seeing videos and the people that lined the streets. I-30 was lined with all of the enforcement entities, the DPS, the sheriffs, the police of each city. It was just overwhelming, and yet we're so grateful. But just knowing all of that, and then the day of Chad's funeral, it was 105 degrees that day, and people lined the streets of Sulphur Springs to pay their last respects to our son Chad. And so knowing that, and then seeing our veteran, actually that was probably a pivotal point for the beginning of the Hopkins County Veterans Memorial. Clayton McGraw and I had talked about that some, but it really was the outpouring of love and support that we saw, and that was demonstrated by the people here, that was the point of beginning the Hopkins County Veterans Memorial. So I know that we have the patriotic spirit, and I know that people here will want to join me in honoring the veterans that are at the Sulphur Springs City Cemetery. Now, hopefully next year we can enlarge this. There's, I think there's like 100 county cemeteries or little community cemeteries that have veterans buried there. And so you have spoken up for maybe Riley Springs. I've had another lady come to me about Como Picton, maybe Green Pond. And so, once we can complete this one after December the 15th, and let's do full steam ahead for next year. Their annual wreath laying ceremony is usually either the second or third Saturday of December.
And so in Sulphur Springs, it is December 15th, Saturday, December 15th.
Yes, ma'am.
So the best way that we can help is to decide if we can sponsor a wreath or two.
Right.
And how do they get this to you?
Okay. There's several ways. You can go to, if you're an online user, you can go to wreaths, WREATHS, acrossamerica.org/ capital T, capital X, 0613, and that is grave or cemetery specific. We must have that on there. You can contact me or email me at lowercase dl1156 at yahoo.com. There will be some forms left here at the radio station if people want to pop in here to get a form. You can also go to the shipping zone. They have some forms there as well. Or you can go to, you can go to my Facebook page, Dina Phillips Lloyd, and private message me. But we also have a Facebook page specific for this event. It is Wreaths Across America SS City Cemetery. And that is their Facebook page for our endeavor.
Wreaths Across America
SS for Sulphur Springs City Cemetery.
Is a hyphen a dash?
Yes.
Okay. Sulphur Springs City Cemetery dot.
Okay, now for
that's a Facebook page.
This is just the Facebook. The
Got it.
website, did you get the website?
I got the website,
Okay. Right.
wreathsacrossamerica.org with the /TX0613.
Yeah, and that is a backward slash.
Okay.
But to be specific for our city cemetery, it has to have TX 0613.
Okay.
That is our location identity number.
And that's for this year. And is there any phone number?
Yes, they can call me at 903-348-8174.
Okay. The deadline to be able to participate in laying a wreath on every veteran's grave inside Sulphur Springs City Cemetery on that event on December 15th is November 30th.
Right.
If you want to give a check, a local check or
Right.
whatever to Dina for this cause, and if you do it online by December 3rd.
It has to be in their system by December 3rd.
And I know that we can do this. We won't leave any of the graves of veterans out, I have a feeling, because people are going to want to make sure.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And I thank them so much. And I just appreciate all the support that I've had so far, the people that have come forward and donated, people I don't know, people that have come forward to help me with this endeavor. It is just awesome to see all the people. And this is a volunteer organization. I mean, the people, the truck drivers that are going to be delivering the wreaths on Friday, December the 14th, UPS, FedEx, and we all know that's a busy time of the year for these guys. Those are volunteers.
So this is all across the country, and
Yes.
people getting these wreaths for this big event.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Wow.
ma'am.
Thank you for spearheading this for us here in Sulphur Springs, Hopkins County. Of course, we want to be involved, and you have taken this upon yourself to do and bring to us. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Oh, it's such a blessing. It really is a blessing, and it's just something I felt led to do.
Well, even in your work, where you work for a living, you're very thoughtful and kind toward people, and you're just well known for that.
Thank you, Enola. I just hope that patriotism runs deep and that people can see the love that I have for this community and my country.
I wish that they could see this picture. I'm hoping I can place it on our website, kssteradio.com. A picture of a cemetery. It's Arlington National Memorial Cemetery. With every grave has this beautiful, real, live wreath with the red bow leaning on that headstone. And this was a picture taken in the snow. It's very, very impressive.
And that was the iconic picture that really spurred Wreaths Across America to go nationwide. It was something that started out simple as a volunteer man, had some extra wreaths, and had them laid in the back of Arlington Cemetery where a lot of people didn't visit. and that was his way of honoring them. And then it just after that picture that you're speaking of, which was also in the Farmers Electric Cooperative magazine that we had this past month, that is what really spurred this on.
We have just enough time to say those 3 words that are the theme of Wreaths Across America.
Remember, honor, and teach. And then one word. The slogan for this year is hashtag Be Their Witness.
Thank you, Dina Lloyd.
Thank you, Enola. I appreciate it.
In basketball Tuesday, despite a 7-point lead with just over 5 minutes left, Miller Grove came up short. Miller Grove 48, Tyler Heat 52. Saltillo 50, Como-Picton 32. Saltillo hosts Yantis November 27th. Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.